Miguel, welcome back to Rebel Ants Radio. This is our podcast, our video podcast that we do every week as the founders of the Rebel Ants NFT project, where we kind of build in public and showcase our journey of launching an NFT project from zero up to hopefully 10,000 minted, and then just a ton of creator royalty fees that'll allow you and I to retire. So welcome to the show. How are you doing tonight?
I'm very good, man. It was a good weekend for me. It was my birthday yesterday. I drank a little bit. My liver is really thanking me right now. So overall, a good weekend.
Yeah. I was going to call you out for doxing yourself even further than what we've already shared, right? We've already given our names out, but now you've given your birthday out. And I debated posting something like happy birthday to Miguel. But I was like, I don't know if he wants me giving out his birthday. So I feel like I could steal your social at this point with just knowing your name and your birthday. So I'll let you know how far I get on that.
You don't know the year.
I know the year. I'll tell the year too. Did you post like happy, 27th birthday?
25. Kevin.
Yeah, that's it. All right. So listen, if you are watching or listening, I encourage you to head over to rebelants.io where you can mint your very own Rebel Ant for 0.01 ETH. It's basically free. And if you're watching, we expect your support as we give out this free content every week for the past 19 weeks. I guess the past 18 weeks. This is the 19th week in a row. So support us, support the Rebels and the little guys, and mint yourself a Rebel Ant NFT. While you're over at that website, you can click on the shop link and buy some merch so you can show off your Rebel and support us as well. So we are going to interrupt the show at some point with a secret code for the episode, which will allow you to have a chance at winning a free Rebel Ant that'll be airdropped to you. So stay tuned. At some point during the show, we'll flash up a secret code and a website for you to enter that. The first three to submit the code will get a free Rebel Ant airdrop to them. So make sure you stay all the way through. And we have 4 Rebels joining us tonight. So Rebels, hello. Thanks for joining. We got Noob and Gear saying LMAO. I don't even know what that means. I'm kidding. I do. Let us know where you're calling in from tonight, or joining in from tonight, rather. You're not allowed to call in. We've not opened this for open call-ins, but we do have an icebreaker that we would love to get all your feedback on. So the question for today is, what is your favorite movie? So Miguel, what's your favorite movie?
Lord of the Rings.
Which one?
All of them.
All of them?
It's one story. It's just broken down in movies, but it's all of them. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. It's because it has everything that you can possibly imagine. It has happiness, sadness, everything. Fights, sorrow, blood, everything. You name it, it has it.
Well, is this sort of like a Star Wars thing where people have their favorite of the originals, like episode 4, 5, or 6? And is that how it works with the Lord of the Rings? Or is it just all of them are your favorite?
All of them are my favorite.
Okay.
Although they did leave a lot of stuff out from the book. But then again, if they would have put everything that was in the book in, it would have been like 7 movies, maybe 10. Who knows?
Yeah. All right. If you are watching or listening live, definitely drop your answer in the comments below. Would love to know what is your favorite movie. And while you're typing, stop typing and click on that like and subscribe button and then continue typing. So, Miguel, my favorite movie is also one of a trilogy, but not a very well-known trilogy. It's a little movie from 1984 called The Never-Ending Story. And of course...
Wait, what year?
1984, I think.
You were like 1.
Stop giving away my age, all right? Don't give out my birth year, all right? And then don't send a happy birthday tweet on my birthday, because that'll really screw me.
I'm kidding. Kevin was not 1. He was probably like 20 already.
I was actually this much. I was this much.
I wasn't even born yet.
Yeah, so there are 2 other Never-Ending Story movies besides the first one, but they are terrible. And the first one's amazing. The book is amazing, of course. And they have a new one coming out that they're working on. So they're kind of bringing that one back to life. I'm excited to see it come out. So we got a comment here from Noob says, I'm a fan of Lord of the Rings too, but my favorite movie is the original The Matrix. Yeah, that's a good answer. I think a lot of people would agree with you. Yeah. All right. Good stuff. So we don't have much going on, but we have a lot going on. So Miguel, what's happening on your end of the project? You are the artist. You're kind of the techie guy helping us move some of these things along. Where are we at?
We are where we were 2 weeks ago. We're behind actually a little bit.
Yeah, we are.
It's been tough this week. It's been really tough between the real life work and this. It's just been really, really tough for us. I know you've been very busy too this week because every time I text you, to respond, so I know that you're busy.
Yeah, it's tough, right? Because we both have full-time jobs, and this just feels like a busy time for both of us at the same time. So our output for this project is a little bit less than we want, but I promise you, Miguel, I promise our audience, our 7 rebels that are watching, it is not a reflection of our commitment to the project. We are just trying to manage both things right now. My head is often with the Rebel Ants project, but my fingers are not, as they are typing away for work things. But I am trying to work on the website. I'm trying to work on the shop ourselves, trying to work on some more search engine optimization for the site, and thinking about what the website could or should look like for the Rebel Ants V2. So there are a lot of things coming. They're just not happening this week or the week before. So if you don't see a lot from us on the show or on Twitter or on Discord, it doesn't mean we're not working. It's just not this week.
Yeah, there's a lot of parts moving. I mean, we have a lot going on. We have the microverse with Bueno going on.
Yeah.
We have the V2. We have the Jeremy's V1 still promoting. But what I can say is that this week's been really good in all the promotional venues like Instagram, TikTok, those places. They've been really taking off in the past week. We've gotten some really good views.
Yeah, let's pull up some of those social sites here in just a second. We now have 8 people watching. We've doubled our viewership in just a matter of minutes. At this rate, by 9 o'clock, we are going to be like in the millions, I think is how that math works out. So welcome to everyone who's listening and watching. Drop a comment below. Let us know your favorite movie. Make sure you like and subscribe this video in our channel. Let's take a look at our Instagram. So we're at 912 followers. That's pretty good. It's all very organic. I feel good about that. And you've been dropping in the Jeremys lately. I think you've got 2 Jeremys here. One of them people seem to like much more than the other. And
one of them is a video. The other one is just a picture. That's why.
I don't know how Instagram works. I'm too old for this.
Oh my God.
Oh, I see it up here. Yeah, that's a reel. And then let's take a look over at our TikTok, where you've been leading the charge over there. And 174 followers, 1,200 likes. But some of these are kind of blowing up, right? Like this is 15,000 views. That's pretty good if you ask me. And then we are trying to get these shorts, these videos out, like these video clips. And this one here, 8,000 from our interview with Wonder Mundo, where we were talking about AI. This one's been growing a lot lately. So this one's just been climbing a few hundred every day, it feels like. So
yeah,
we're doing something right. We're getting the attention. We just need to keep producing and trying to get people to, come along this journey with us by minting their own Rebel Ants.
Yeah, the problem is it's hard to maintain all the socials because when you are trying to post for TikTok, it's not the same as posting for Instagram. Like the video just doesn't fit. So it's weird how you do it. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I don't know. It's
absolutely.
just crazy.
Yeah, it's like the content's there, but it's kind of hard to dissect it and repurpose it. And you and I have talked extensively about how StreamYard, which is our streaming platform, they just rolled out this feature where you can repurpose a clip that's up to 60 seconds long, rather, for YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels. And we're starting to put it out there, but the YouTube Shorts, they haven't picked up a lot of traction yet. So we encourage everyone to kind of take a look at that, give it a like, and hopefully you enjoy the clips that we're pulling out of the shows, because we think it's either the valuable part or the entertaining part. Although the whole thing is entertaining, let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, for a new project that we are, I mean, we've gotten really good views on some of the shorts that you put up. So yeah, I mean, some of them are in the thousands, so it's not bad.
Yeah,
I think what's important is it's not the following. I think what's important is the engagement and all the socials, right? So as the more we do it, the more we grow organically, the better it'll be, eventually, at least.
Yeah, I'm happy when we see the numbers go up, no matter how much they go up or what the engagement is. It's good to see any of it. So we appreciate everyone who continues to support us from that regard. And, tell your friend, maybe share a video. I don't know. Do something nice for us. Okay. Oh, shoot. We lost 2 people when we started asking them to do something. We're down to 6 viewers. This is terrible. Just shut it down. All right. So, Miguel, I didn't tell you that I was titling this episode about me getting rugged because I didn't want to spoil the surprise.
Tell me all about it.
I got rugged again, and it's not for that much money, but it's just my heart that hurts. I feel like I've been taken advantage of.
The time to time.
Yeah, so I have a terrible case of FOMO, and I am still, any ETH that I've used to purchase NFTs over the past 2 years is all coming from this stash of ETH I had like before the boom that I just had from like 2012 or whatever. So it's just slowly, it's just gone into NFTs. And, when we started buying them back in like 2021 or 2020, 0.3 for an NFT was like a good deal. And now, now 0.3 is kind of a big deal. So I've spent so much of my available ETH on just random projects that I didn't do enough research about. And I will show you the project that I got rugged on this time. So I was on OpenSea at some point this week, and there was a project that was trending as a top trader. It's not that OpenSea was promoting it. It just looked like it was moving a lot, and it was very cheap to get in. And it was this project right here called the Black and White. Black and White. I don't know what to tell you.
First of all, a project that's called Black and White, I probably wouldn't have gotten into.
Well, you're a smarter person than I am, obviously. If we compare our bags, I think you've made some better choices than I have over the past 24 months. But this one was kind of jumping on the idea of burning to create a new piece. So I think the idea was you burn 4 to create a new piece. And that's what they said, right? That's what they promoted as the thing. And I ended up buying 2 because, I needed to get rugged twice by the same project. Let's take a look at the one that I bought. I'm trying to remember what it is. So you can all see my profile here. Nothing to hide there. I got these 2. Let's see, what did I get it for? Too much, if you ask me. I got it for 0.005 for this one. So I don't know what that comes out to. Yeah. Again, it's not the money. It's just that it hurts my heart a little bit. 0.005, and then this one was 0.008. Oof.
The problem is that collectively, how much did that right. project make?
Yeah. So if we look over at the project itself, they made 140 ETH. 140 ETH. And
wow.
Like, can we do some quick math? What does that come out to?
A lot.
140 times, let's say 1,600. They made $224,000 on idiots like me. Thank you, Black and White.
Yeah.
Reached
out to them. You reached out to them on Twitter.
Yeah, I posted on Twitter a couple of times right as they were fairly active still on Twitter, where they said, "Hey, this new website's coming. This is the plan. You burn 4," and they kind of introduced the burn mechanism. And they didn't respond to anything. I posted at them from our account a couple of times saying, "Hey, am I getting rugged? Like, why don't you come on the show and tell us what I'm missing," or something like that, right? So we offered them to come on it. But let me show you what happens when you click on their Twitter now. Are you ready?
Go ahead. Nothing happens, right?
Oh, nothing. This account doesn't exist. Oh, heartbreaking.
Rugged.
Heartbreaking. Rugged for sure. It's over, again, right? This one's over.
This is the reason why we do the show, because we want credibility for artists. So if you're an artist out there and you have some credibility to your project, come on Rebel Ants, show us what you got.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Right. If somebody's questioning what's happening with your project, come on here. We'll talk about it. We will give almost anyone a platform to talk about it. And, we just want to ask questions. We want to learn. And I hope that some of you will learn from my mistake here and not get rugged on just like FOMOing into a project because it's trending on OpenSea. It clearly doesn't mean it's legitimate at all. So for this project, when you click on this more details, right? So this says it's ownership verified. Great. Like, they must have done something, right? They clearly made something to have all these different types on here, these different images. But when you click on more details, it's this tweet that was deleted, right? The tweet is from an account that no longer exists. And you see some people kind of saying, wonder how much did they scam you for? So there's people talking here. We wrote this as whack. One website, because they were saying the website's coming. I aped in because the concept is dope. And then there's a few more replies of people. Anyone capable with the capability of recreating or upgrading, DM, great concept. Hope it doesn't rug. Like, yeah, it rugged, bro. And I think when I tweeted at them originally, I even tagged NFT Ethics, which is a great Twitter account, to just kind of get some more deeper info about any accounts that are doing something shady. So I thought maybe they'd care, but it's not big enough to care. But maybe there's a positive that came out of this, and that is this guy right here, Tony Dofit. Sorry, Tony, I don't know how to pronounce your last name. But anyway, I'm curious, clicking around, clicked on this guy. It's like, oh, he seems kind of like a big deal. 25,000. He's in New York. He's near us. Not that we're near New York and you know what year we were born and you know what our birthday is. You don't know anything about us. All right. But I thought, hey, let me shoot my shot and reach out to this guy. So messaged him and he seemed kind of into it. Right. It just kind of said, hey, Tony, Kev here from Rebel Ants. Saw your post on the black and white NFT project that just rugged and started reading more about you from your profile and feed. And I'm so interested in the NFT projects you're working on. So he's working on a project right now. Said, would love to get you on to chat more. And he said, hi, yes, I would do this. I'll take a look at my schedule. So, I think you and I have seen that. Sorry, I meant to share my screen for that. I'll just leave that up here. Yeah. So you can kind of just see, this is sort of like the message that Miguel and I use, and we adjust it for the person we're talking to, but it seems to have pretty good response rate because most people agree. But he is kind of a big deal. What did you say? He's a Grammy winner?
Yeah, he's a Grammy winner. He works for Bad Boy Records, or used to work for Bad Boy Records. I'm not 100% sure if he's still there or not, but yeah, he's very well known. So hopefully we could get him in the show so you can talk about his NFT project. I know he has this NFT project going on, so it would be cool to have him on.
Yeah, definitely a different perspective from any other guests we've had on, but I just am thankful that people are just so willing to talk to us for no reason, because we are the little guys in the space, right? We got 8 people watching. I don't know how helpful that is for them to grow, but I love it.
Yeah, and he teaches a lot too, so that'll be good for him to come on board and just teach some stuff that he knows.
Yeah,
what else are we missing?
Truly an artist.
Yeah,
and then just to kind of update on some other people that we're trying to get on the show, I think I've shared in the past that I am a holder of the Bad Bunnies project, another NFT project that I've held for a long time, whatever that counts as, right? October 21, I think, one of the first NFTs I ever bought. And we reached out to them, asked them if they come on, and they said yes. So now it's just a matter of scheduling. But they've been very active in producing. They've got a farming mechanism coming out with staking. They've got a card game, a digital one and a physical one. So I'd love to just kind of geek out with them and learn about their projects.
Yeah, their projects seem pretty cool. I mean, we also reached out to Doodles, and we have that on our back pocket. I got to reach out to him again and see if he'll come on board. But he had agreed that he would come on the show. So I don't even know how we landed that. Yeah.
It's because you and I are both so charming, and somebody watches this for like 2 minutes, and who would say no to these 2 handsome fellas, right?
I know.
Yeah.
And people love my shirts too. That's what it is.
Yes. Yeah. Can we see the bottom of that shirt? Because
why?
It's not great. We're gonna get blocked here. Okay. She wants the keep going. Oh God, it's getting worse as you go.
Wait.
Keep going. Keep going. Oh my God, is that a D? She wants the D?
She wants the D for Doge.
Why are you hating? The D for Doge. Okay. Well, that's okay then if she wants the D for Doge.
That's
your
not a bad shirt.
Crypto.
It is my favorite crypto.
It's not a bad shirt.
But this is why it's my favorite crypto, because it makes me laugh. It made you laugh right now.
Yeah, you're disgusting and it's funny. But keep fighting the good fight, man.
Hater.
I'm gonna get a Ripple shirt one day. I'm still voting for Ripple.
Wait until the lawsuit's over. I think it's going to be this month.
Come on, it's been going on for like 2 years, I think.
No, I think seriously, they said something about March having. They did.
March of what year?
This year, I'm telling you. It's end of March. Why? You see, Ripple is going to take off.
Yeah,
I get.
Yeah,
I don't even know where my Ripple is. It's got to be one of my nanos somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know. I know where mine is. It's in some Toast wallet, and I don't have the password. I don't have like the seed phrase, but my brother does because it's our combined funds. So he knows if I die, he's got access to it. All right. So I think that kind of sums up what we've got going on, right? Things we're working on the back end, people we're talking to, trying to get some more guests on the show. I think this is the first episode for just you and I in a couple of weeks. So it's good for us to catch up. Let people just hear from us about what our project is looking like. But we love having other people on because we both learn. We hope that you as our audience learn, and it just helps grow our network. And it's good for us as a platform.
Don't pull into FOMO like Kevin. Do not learn that. It's not good. Do your research.
It's not worth it. It's not ever worked out for me. I told Miguel, and I've said it before, when you're scrolling through Twitter at like 3 a.m. and you see something that looks cool, it's not. Just don't do it.
Don't buy
Don't do it. Don't buy it.
Talking about all crazy things, let's talk a little bit about some of the news that's been going on lately. So I don't know if you've read anything about Robinhood having the new custodial wallets. Did you see that?
No, tell me more.
So they released, I guess, an app just for their wallet. So I downloaded it just to see what it looks like. Because overall, I do like Robinhood. They're not a bad platform. They get bashed for a lot of things, but I think they're actually pretty good, pretty decent. So I downloaded their new crypto wallet. It seems pretty cool so far. I mean, we'll see what it's going to look like in the future. But so far, so good. And I'm pretty happy with what they're doing. So
yeah, I know that
we'll see where that takes us.
Some of the concerns in the past with Robinhood was that they're holding your funds, right? So is that still the same way here? That they control your funds?
Yeah, to an extent, yeah. I mean, you don't have your crypto in a nano outside, so you still have it in their wallet, So it's a little different. I mean, I have to do more research on it, but at least they're moving in the right direction.
Yeah, it sounds like they're trying to continue to grow and meet some of the demands. So I think that is a good thing. You're right. Miguel, we have 10 people watching now. We're continuing to grow. Like I said, by the end of this episode, we're going to be huge. So welcome to our new watchers. It is that time of the episode for the proof of attendance secret code, and that code is rugged. So head over to rebelants.io/proof, drop in the code rugged, and if you are one of the first 3 to do that within the 24 hours of this show airing, you will get a free Rebel Ant airdrop to you. And Miguel's going to cover the gas because I lost all my money on getting rugged. So thanks, Miguel. But yeah, we'd love to give out some Rebel Ants. We appreciate you watching. And we just need you to drop in this code. You don't have to connect your wallet or anything like that. I mean, you'll share your wallet, but just putting the number in so we can send this over to you. All right. I saw some news that was interesting, which kind of made me think about this black and white thing. So I'm going to pull up an article here for you from coinmarket.com. Great websites. I always have it up somewhere on my phone or the browser. But this article says 2 billion NFT sales boom blurred by fake trades. So as you know, Blur and OpenSea have kind of been going back and forth. Blur recently dropped a coin as an incentive for people using their platform. And then OpenSea dropped creator fees. And I think this incentive for people to spend money and, not have these same fees is creating the system, as this article talks about, where people are incentivized to basically sell things back to themselves, right? So I can post something at a really high rate, buy it back from myself, knowing no one's going to buy it. And maybe all I've paid is the gas fee, but now I'm showing this transaction from one wallet to another on Blur, and it looks like I'm a big spender on Blur. So this is saying that a flurry of more than 1 billion in trades on the Blur NFT marketplace were the result of whales self-flipping their non-fungible tokens to earn reward tokens. So it's definitely sending the wrong signal, but it's creating this system that allows them to do so. And then that's what I think might have been happening with that black and white project, right? It obviously wasn't real, but how can it get so much traction that it's trending, gets 140 ETH on those sales of like 0.00 something, and it has 140 ETH in a short time? That's a ton of transactions, right? So I have a feeling that was somebody just selling back and forth to themselves, right? Because look how much money they walked away with for them to just pay the gas fees. But if they want to get showing as trending on OpenSea, they need to move this back and forth. Yeah. So, this marketplace battle is good in some ways, but now we see the faking of it on both sides, and it's scary to me. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think it's really scary. I mean, I don't know, especially with what happened to you too. Like, people are going to find a way to do the bad stuff. You know what I mean? They're still going to find a way to rug people. It's just sad that that's happening because it gives a bad name to the space. And this is why people don't get into the space in the first place, because they hear all this atrocious things going on. But there's a lot of good things. There's a lot of bad things going on. You know what I mean? But I think the bad things are the news emphasizes on it. So it outweighs all the good stuff that's really happening in the space. So less and less people feel more interested when they hear all the bad stuff that's going on. Right. But, we just, people like you and me, we got to keep pushing and trucking forward to just educate, the community of what's happening or what the reality is. So we'll keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah, I'd be interested to hear if anyone in the crowd has been kind of participating in the Blur or moved over to Blur just for those rewards for basically spending on their platform. So let us know in the comments if you've moved over to Blur once you saw how much money was given out by them. I haven't moved over to Blur yet. Maybe I should.
Nah, don't do it.
I know. Then I'll just want to spend more money to be like, oh yeah, this is why I moved.
Just do your research first. Don't pull into that black and white thing. Like, first of all, where did you hear about this black and white thing? Hold on.
I just saw it on OpenSea. Like when you go on OpenSea, here, I'll pull it up here.
So wait, you didn't do any research before you went into it?
I looked at the Twitter and they seem pretty active. The website was coming
on Twitter?
soon. Yeah, okay. This is it. When you're on here and then on OpenSea and it says top, it was somewhere over here. And that was enough for me. That was enough. That's all I needed.
That made it legit for you, huh?
That's it. If you're trending, you're on top, I want in. Because I want easy money, right? I blew it. I'm embarrassed. Don't tell anyone.
You already told the world.
I know, it's terrible.
Hey, so NFT Paris was going on, I think it was last week.
Yeah.
And it was heavily done by Bueno. So I didn't see anything of the stuff that they were doing, but I did see little bits and pieces of like Pablo talking to the crowd and like all the stuff that they were doing in like the street and educating people and stuff like that. Did you see any of it by any chance?
I didn't see, honestly, I didn't, but I was listening to a lot of different podcasts or shows where people were there, and it seemed like a healthy convention. Like it seemed productive and valuable.
Yeah, I mean, I reached out to Pablo to see if he'll come on the show again.
Yeah, I saw.
No response.
No response. If anyone knows Pablo, tell him we're looking for him. Okay, we just want to talk to him. We just want to be friends. Okay,
that's it. That's all we want.
Yeah, but they've got a lot going on, right?
Yeah, they have a lot going on, especially with the new Humankind NFTs. Like, I think that project is really taking off. They have a lot going on with that project. So I'm looking forward to see what it is, so that the storytelling is going to look like, because I think that they're doing storytelling with all their characters. I just don't know what it looks like yet, but I know that their platform is also growing. So today I saw I think I saw like a promotion thing coming soon from them.
Bueno?
And I also from Bueno, yeah. So if you go to like our contract, you can see there that they have coming soon, and it's for like showcasing your project. And they also changed the way that you're gonna look at the page. You know how we have the button on our website?
Yes.
So they created like a page that kind of looks like OpenSea for you to be able to showcase your project. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it seems like as they're building Humankind and the functionality that they want for something like that, they're just building and making it available for everyone through the Bueno platform.
Correct.
They're really trying to stay up to date, right? They launched the open edition right as open editions were hot. Maybe they're not as hot now, but we can talk about a project that you and I were just both talking about before the show started. But Bueno seems to want to stay up to date, right? So it's been almost a year of us kind of following them along and being like, yeah, they're doing all the things we need so that us as non-technical creators have the ability to kind of put something in place.
Yeah. I mean, for sure. You and me have talked to them a couple of times, behind closed doors, but they have a lot of stuff going on that I think it's going to be cool to see later on in the future.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Speaking of the open editions, you and I were just talking about this project called Crowd. Let me pull up that site here.
It's a collection by Danny Coles, I believe.
Yes. And I saw this. I bought one. I minted one because I saw it as an OpenSea drop.
Wait,
and it did look pretty legit.
Did you research before buying into this?
I read a bunch of things before buying into this, right? Because, excuse me, what I liked about this that made me feel a little more comfortable was that it was an open edition sale for 24 hours. So there was no limit on it. So I felt, okay, I don't need to mint right at the beginning in fear of missing out, right? It went live at like 3:00 on Friday or something. And I didn't have that fear of like, if I'm not there at 3:00 on Friday, I'm going to miss out. I knew that I could get it at any point in the 24 hours. So I said, okay, let me read a little bit. Let me just see what's going on. And it was really interesting to see how much got minted over that 24 hours. Because as I would look back at it, as I had a chance to read or do a little more research, the numbers just kept going up. And you can see here, how many were minted. There were 38,000 minted at 0.022, right? And again, if we do a little bit of math, you and I saw that came out to like, Jesus, let's see, 38,000 times 0.022.
It's about 1.8.
Yeah, it's 836 ETH, and at $1,600, yeah, it's over. Well, it's like 1.3 million right now, but that's incredible, right? For 24 hours. But I think that speaks to this guy's credibility. He is an artist outside of this, and I'll show you the one I ended up with, which I like. I don't know what I'll do with it. Probably nothing. But I got this one. This is the blueberry palette, right? So this is all this one is. It's 3% of them have this palette, this trait. So I don't know. I like it. And I like a lot of them. When you look at these, it's a cool concept to just kind of mess around with the colors. It's his style and it's nice, right? I'll probably just hold on to it for a while.
There's not much to it. It's simple, but it's pretty cool. I got to say.
Yeah. Yeah. So how come you didn't get one?
I just wasn't into it.
You don't buy NFTs anymore. You just watch me fumble through this.
I watch you fumble through NFTs. That's what I want. That's what I like doing now.
That's what I do best. What can I tell you?
That's how I research now. I just wait to see what you're gonna do with
it. You wait to come on to Rebel Ants Radio, hear about what I screwed up, and you're like, okay, glad I didn't do that one. Yeah. What else you got? What else did you see?
You got on BTC. Did you see that?
Yeah, I've got an article here actually, so let me pull that up. So Yuga Lab launches collection on Bitcoin blockchain, signaling a shift in the NFT world. And I think a lot of this goes back to those ordinals, which were those first NFTs minted on the Bitcoin blockchain, which people didn't think was possible for the last, 12 years or whatever it was.
100 years, yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. That's how long it feels. So here the article goes on. Yuga Lab, the company that owns such popular NFT collections as Bored Ape Yacht Club, yada yada yada, will launch a new NFT collection on the Bitcoin blockchain. Most NFTs were stored, traded, and brought on the Ethereum blockchain. Until recently, Bitcoin blockchain wasn't used to make NFTs because Bitcoin had little infrastructure to support smart contracts, which essentially function as a digital receipt that assigns and tracks ownership of digital artwork. And I don't know why this is better than being on ETH, other than just being different. And I think maybe the novelty of it is what is exciting here. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's just a novelty. I mean, if you really think about it, a lot of people don't buy ETH. A lot of people buy just Bitcoin. So I'm thinking that's they're trying to introduce that so that people that don't want to come out of Bitcoin, they can stay in Bitcoin and purchase their NFTs through there, I guess. At least that's my theory behind it. I don't know what you guys thinking, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it makes sense, right? There's probably more Bitcoin holders, like you're saying, than there are ETH holders.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just like the decimal point of how much you need to spend to get one of these is so much less, right? Imagine you just have a bunch of Bitcoin. Now you just need to spend like 0.00 something to get one of these.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, the transaction fees might be a lot cheaper than ETH. I don't know. Who knows what that's going to look like? We got to wait and see in the future.
Yeah.
But it's good to see that. Yeah, it might be a trend, but it's good to see that the technology is happening and through Yuga, which is pretty cool.
Oh, sorry. I'm muted, so I didn't have to cough in your ear. Excuse me. I'm going to cough again. Okay, I'm back and I'm alive.
You're right there?
Yeah. We've got Lindsay asking, excuse me, go ahead, read that comment, Miguel.
What are your 3 top favorite cryptos? And Kevin's gone. Kevin's dying at home. Well, my top 3 favorite cryptos, it's Bitcoin, ETH, and Doge. Doge being number 2 for me, at least. And the reason why, again, is because I know I've mentioned in a couple of episodes in the past that Doge was one of my first cryptos that got me to learn about other cryptos, and it had memes and it made me laugh. So if it makes me laugh, then we know it's good.
Yep. You do it all for the jokes.
That's it. So
yeah, for me, probably Bitcoin, ETH, and Ripple. I think I've had like this emotional connection to each of them for various reasons. At the different stages I was introduced to them, and I've just been not a maxi on them, but just very committed to the idea of their functionality and what they offer. So I'm just going to keep following along and pretend that Ripple will bounce back to higher than what I paid for it.
I think that what's going to happen is once this lawsuit is over with Ripple, I think that the market will eventually go up, because I think that Ripple's going to win this. I'm almost 100% sure that they're going to win this.
It seems like that, and that's my hope too. So yeah. I had sent you a link in our text over the week about Ryan Carson leaving the Daily Dose, and that was really sad for me, because my mornings lately have been, I do 9 a.m. is the Nifty morning show, which goes from like 9 to 10:15, and then the Daily Dose was coming on at 10:30 for about an hour. So I was very sad to see that Ryan Carson was stepping away. So here's an article from luckytrader.com, which was one of his sponsors. And really quick. Well, he had a couple of missteps with other projects, right? He was trying to start a number of projects that just didn't go well. Ever since he stepped away from Proof, he has a very good reputation, but I think these projects just weren't working out for various reasons. So it says, after several investors pulled out of Carson's proposed Flux project earlier this month, Carson had a hard time raising the necessary money to launch Flux. He needed $10 million, and that had a cascading effect on the Daily Dose, which can't sustainably run without the capital. And in short term, he's taking a break from the Web3 space. But I really liked that morning show because it was very welcoming for people of all levels, whether they knew about crypto or not. And it was good conversation. So I will certainly miss that. I think it creates an opportunity for Twitter Spaces, somebody else, some other big player to step in and say, I'm going to take over that 10:30 spot.
Yeah. Was he part of Rug Radio? He was, right? Or no?
I don't think so. He was part of Proof, and I think he was one of the founders of Proof, and then a couple of other big projects and a lot of money that he was responsible for. Lindsay says, I haven't heard of that one. I'll have to check it out. I wonder if that was Ripple that she's talking about. So I'm not saying buy some Ripple, but if the price goes up from today, you're welcome.
But you can't even quote unquote buy it right now.
No, it's yeah, I'll sell you some. I don't know where mine is, but I'll sell you some. Yeah.
Hey, so talking about news, did you hear about Coinbase launches their layer 2 blockchain base?
No. Base. Right. What is this for?
Let me see if I can pull it up. Hold on. Or maybe you can pull it up on your end.
Yeah, I've got something here. Let me add this to the stream here. So layer 2 L2 is a network. No, that's not what we wanted. That's just talking about layer 2.
If you go on Trello, I have the link there.
Okay, here's our secret Trello board here. This one here, yes, base. All right, walk me through it.
I can't read it from here, so I can barely see it.
Jeez, what do you know about it?
Nothing. I just wanted you to pull it up to see if we...
All right, Coinbase launches blockchain Base to help developers build apps on chain. Or build dApps, rather, the digital apps on chain. So Coinbase, second largest crypto exchange by trading volume, has launched Base, an Ethereum-focused L2 blockchain. And in the past, Coinbase has homed in, I don't think that's the right word, homed in on the trading and exchange side of its business. But from the utility perspective, it's still too hard for developers to build useful decentralized applications and for users to actually use those things on chain.
So this is to build applications and dApps, basically.
Yeah, I guess that's a good idea. Control that. I think it makes sense because people are already in their ecosystem, and if there's costs associated with that, they obviously have a very big,
platform.
Very big platform that people are using. The NFT thing didn't work out so well, but it doesn't mean that this won't work out too well either. I think the more the better, right? If they want to make it easier, I'm all for it.
I think that's what they're doing. They're just trying to make it easier for, I guess, creators to create their own apps and stuff under their application, I guess.
Yeah. Hopefully,
interesting.
They have a lot of good educational material on their site, and they're very focused on that, right? They do almost like trainings online and they'll reward you with small amounts of crypto. But if you take these educational courses, I think they just want people to know so they can make a good decision. And if they can bring that level of education to building a dApp, which does not sound easy at all. That would be great, right? The more accessible, the better.
Yeah, it'll be awesome to see. So you know how I like collecting watches?
Yes, I do.
Hublot, how do you say that? Hublot watches. They announced a collection of 13 NFTs linked to physical watches with Takashi Murakami. So that looks pretty cool. I mean, I'm not gonna buy one because obviously they're probably gonna be you're probably paying like $1 million for a watch, but it's actually pretty cool to see.
Yeah, let me pull up the link here for that. So this is the guy that you were just mentioning. Here's the art style.
He's a little crazy, but he's pretty cool. I like him.
Yeah, so it says pushing back the boundaries of artistic expression by presenting 2 NFTs. These are inspired by the Hublot Classic Fusion, Takashi Murakami, All Black, and Classic Fusion Sapphire. So these, I guess, are the big deal.
Yeah, no, it's a big deal. It is.
Yeah.
If you're a watch collector, it's a big deal because nobody's going to have that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess we'll see how much it goes for, right? They were talking about the registration for the draw is now closed. Yeah, so 29 NFTs will be allocated by a random draw to 29 lucky winners selected among the eligible entry forms of all participants. And 118 will be allocated through a separate draw carried out by Hubloista members. All winners will be notified. I guess they probably already know at this point, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see where this goes. And I like the idea of these companies playing around with this, right? Looking for ways to build engagement and excitement.
Yeah, I mean, like we've talked about it in the past, like I just think that more and more brands this year are going to move into the NFT world. And I'm still sticking by what I said in one of the earliest episodes about like Netflix or Disney or one of them showcasing cartoons or something like that that has to do or intertwine with like NFTs. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And watch, when it happens, I'm going to say it on air. I told you so.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know what? They should pick Rebel Ants to make cartoons. That's what they should do.
I think we're going to get there one day. I have a feeling we'll get into some sort of animated media where people can consume us off the NFT world.
Don't give too much, Kevin. Don't give
too much. It's
not
on our roadmap, I promise. Good.
We will get there.
Yeah, you were telling me about the Ethereum ERC 4337.
The smart wallet?
Yeah. Tell me more.
It's a smart contract wallet that are controlled by traditional wallets. It's weird how it functions. I mean, we will have to read more in detail about it so that people can really understand what it is. But it's basically like a wallet on the blockchain.
Yeah. I've got an article pulled up here from CoinDesk.com, and there's a tweet from Vitalik, the creator of ETH, who says the big, really valuable and necessary thing that ERC 4337 provides for account abstraction is a decentralized fee market for user operations going into smart contract wallets. So account abstraction is a concept that turns users' wallets into smart contracts, smart contract accounts, in order to make Ethereum wallets more user-friendly and to prevent any loss of crypto keys. This upgrade was seen as a major milestone that would be years away, but the fact that it's already working on Ethereum blockchain means that making crypto more user-friendly is here. So I'm all for it. I like it. I mean, it's just another layer.
It's another layer, but it's an important layer because you don't have to write all your phrases and all this crap, for the wallet anymore. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how safe that is. But I think being in the chain, it's a lot safer than anything else. I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's in the article it says that the issue with these EOAs, as they call it, or the external owned accounts versus a contract account, is that there's a lot of human error, like you're saying, right? So if a user loses their private keys, there's no way to recover that. With the account abstraction addresses the issue of an EOA or an external owned account is merging with the contract account, therefore creating built-in mechanisms that can allow users to keep access to their crypto. I think you and I have probably talked in the past about how many billions of dollars have been lost of people just mismanaging the access to their crypto that's just sitting in, trash, like trash piles or whatever it is now.
And somebody's nano in the trash somewhere.
You know what? It's not my nano because there's nothing on my nano because I haven't figured it out yet.
They couldn't write their phrases down.
It sounds like a lot of work. Okay. I can't keep track of all this.
Listen, just write it down in 7 different places and hide them all over your house somewhere.
7 places.
Maybe 10.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right. What else? Anything else, Miguel?
No, I think that's all I got for as far as news. But again, it's just, it's the beginning of 23. So we'll see what this year takes us. But I think a lot of good stuff is happening in crypto and a lot of good stuff is happening in the NFT world. And I remember talking to you about how that name NFT should change. You remember that conversation?
Yeah. Yeah, it needs to change.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's going to happen, but we'll see who's going to take the reign on that.
Yeah. I mean, again, you can look at the Starbucks app, right? They don't talk about that Odyssey thing being necessarily an NFT. All the people participating in it may not know that it's an NFT as a rewards program. So I think that's a great way to introduce something like that, right? If you already have them in the app, you can start to integrate these things with it, this sort of functionality and reward system.
Yeah. Well, we're here for the ride. We got to see what happens.
We're gonna play along the whole way through, and our promise is that we're gonna keep you all updated with the things that we're learning about, the things that we're doing, the things we're failing at, the things we're succeeding at, and we hope that you will come along for the ride. So thank you to everyone who's continued to stay here and watch with us. A little comment here from Lindsay. What do you think they should rename it? So instead of NFTs, Miguel, what do you think they should rename it?
I don't know, because it's not going to be just about art. There's music. There's going to be probably movies, cartoons, series. Who knows?
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see what can be named or what should be the name of it.
Right. You look at what Reddit did with millions of people signing up for wallets that didn't even know necessarily that it was NFTs. And I think they just called them digital collectibles, which in one sense is what this is, right? Especially when you look at the art side of things or the music or, like the in-game features of like a weapon that you've purchased or that you control that's available across, other platforms. So digital collectibles, digital assets, I think is certainly a good term, and at least maybe makes sense in somebody's mind of what a digital collectible is, right? You can say you have a baseball card, that's a physical collectible, and then you can have something online that's a digital collectible. And I think it sounds just as accessible and acceptable. Yeah,
that's true.
All right. Well, thank you again, everyone, for tuning in. Please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. We want to get our sub count up. It hasn't moved in a week, so I don't know what's up with that. We're stuck at 117, and I want to hit 120. So if you're watching, please get us to 120. All right. We would love to say that we're making progress and we're growing there as much as we're growing on the other platforms. So thank you again for watching, and head over to rebelants.io. Mint your own Rebel Ant for 0.01 ETH. We'd love to have you as a part of the program. And we will be back next week with more updates on our project, hopefully more to share. If we can get a guest booked in the next week, we'll be happy to have them on. We'll keep you all posted. In the meantime, make sure you subscribe to the podcast as well for the audio version. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, the Google platform, and we're everywhere you're listening. So that's it. All right, Miguel, have an amazing week. I will inevitably talk to you tomorrow.
You got it. Have a good night. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Take care.
Let's put this one up. Sorry. Here we go. Bam. Goodbye.